because Grant's like me. He's a digger.
Welcome back. Trainer, thank you for being with us this week. How you feeling, man? How you doing?
You know.
Yeah? What do you think it was? Was it the scurvy?
Plague.
It's just the outright Ebola.
Like 1340s London in this bitch.
I think you guys got what I had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
The plague?
Yeah.
That cough, man, that cough is brutal. As soon as I heard Bridget start coughing when I saw her, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I think they had what I had.
Someone's getting a visit.
So I missed work Monday, and then I had to go to the operating room on Tuesday, and I was sweating so much during our surgeries that, like, you could see, like, it in my shirt. I had, like, white rings everywhere, and our head charge nurse was like, "Are you done for the day?" I'm like, "With surgeries?" Yeah. She goes, "Good, lay your ass on that bed." And I was like, "Excuse me?" And she's like, "Lay down." And I laid down, and she's like, "Which arm?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Which arm's your dominant arm?" I was like, "Your right arm." She's like, "Great, give me your left arm." She put an IV in, and she's like, "You stay there and lay down."
Yeah, it's a good nurse right there. It's a good woman.
I was like, "What?" She's like, "You look
amazing.
like shit."
Yeah.
I was like,
"Oh, is it? You look like
that is one big pile of shit."
There you go.
Yeah, I look like I was a cool scene, but I looked really bad.
It's a cool scene, but it looks really bad.
Yeah.
Amen, the sad part is that's just the way I talk.
Very rhythmically,
very definitive.
It just comes out at times
because they don't allow Asians inside.
Like Trisha,
I would be a great reporter. Yeah, I'd be a great reporter.
Asian correspondent Trickatakanała.
Now back to the field.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back again. Everyone, we all sound. I'm dealing with pollen up here in North Carolina, and it's kicking my ass. It's so much, dude. But yeah, so we're all still recovering everything. But this week we're starting again on what we're going to call Jurassic Park Part 2. Tyler and I held it down last week, and we only got to right as they were about to leave for the predestination tour. I don't think, and like you said, I don't think we even talked about the kids showing up, right? But Trey,
I don't think so.
I wanted to ask you if there was anything in the first half of what we talked about of this film that you always wanted to discuss, to be like, hey, this was bullshit, this was bad, this was
Dr. Grant just traumatizes that little bully.
Yeah.
That little know-it-all. And he's like, hey, guess what? You don't know shit about fucking.
My bad.
What's that line from what's that, Ozarks, where that real hick country girl, she goes, what do you, like, she's talking to her dad in prison, and he goes, what do you know? And she goes, I don't know shit about fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's right. That's pretty much what Dr. Grant does to this poor
He turned
child.
into Egret from Game of Thrones, and he was like, you know nothing, Jon Snow. Let me show you how a raptor hunts.
You know nothing.
That
Basically,
kid's a real
he told him,
douche,
like,
too.
the raptor plays with his food, chubby.
Yeah.
Turn your volume up just a hair there. Sorry.
And it cuts your wing off, too. He told him that.
Takes away your weapon. Both of them.
Straight
so last week I had the Jurassic Park shirt. This week I have the Bowser's Castle Jurassic Park shirt.
That's amazing. Where'd you find that?
Yeah, I think Trey got it for me.
Trey, where'd you find it?
Internet.
Yeah, man. You gotta go to like Ripped Apparel or something like that. RIPT. They got a lot of good graphic tees.
I mean, look at me. I don't know where to get cool clothes or anything like that. I buy.
You got that cool
I buy these in bulk. Like buy
cool
these
headband.
black shirts in bulk. Just kind of
You
what
got
I
that cool headband?
Yeah. Oh, this was on Amazon, and I got a couple of them. I think my dog stole my favorite one. I got this one, and I got this one 3 times.
He said it 3 times.
Said it 3 times.
He kept saying,
I'm sorry.
You got that cool headband. You got that cool headband. You got that cool headband.
You broke up for me.
I'll be asked the same question 3 times. It irritates me.
Damn. I'm sorry, man. Oh, that's my bad. Yeah. So, was there any other observations? Anything else you said? I think there was one that I told. I'd said, and I was like, damn, I bet Trey would have thought that was the one with the guy, like where they put the helicopter pad and be like, what? This is the worst place. I
Oh
thought that
yeah,
was
Family
really
Guy has a good bit about that,
Oh
where
yeah.
Peter works for this brand new like investment firm, and they make him an executive, and he's like, I have to use the bathroom, and they're like, come with me, sir. And they put him on a helicopter and they fly him, and it's the scene where they're coming down by like in the middle of the
That's
waterfall,
right.
and it's
Yeah.
Hammond, and he turns around and he goes, welcome to executive bathroom park.
It's like a toilet on a mountain, and
Yeah, it's like, what the?
Yeah, overlooking.
Imagine you think it's expensive to go to Disney World, try to go to this theme park.
Yeah. Well, and I kind of wish they never really like kind of dived into like the Jurassic World series at all about here's how much this actually costs. Like
Yeah.
if this is a resort on an island that's all inclusive. There's no like, oh, we'll go into the park for half the day, but then like at dinner we'll go out and get dinner. No, you're on the island, dude. Like you're eating everything there. Like there's no discounts.
It's dinos or nothing. That's it.
According to John Hammond, you don't need to leave the island.
Yeah,
he spared no expense.
It's
He
best.
said it like 75,000 times during the movie.
Spared no expense. Spared no expense.
Well, we'll get to the most famous spared no expense later on.
Then they carousel progress how they do everything with basically the Microsoft paperclip, but he's a DNA strand.
Ding, ding, well, we talked about that last week about how genius that scene is. Just from a production standpoint.
Yeah.
They have this complex idea to convey to children, basically, because it's movie for all ages. So you bring your kids. I was like 10 when I saw this movie, and they explain the complex idea of cloning to children with the DNA strand. Like,
with bugs.
It does such a good job
with bugs and frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And animation, it's like exactly like you would think Disney would present this to you. Dude, I freaking did some sanding today, and my nose itches so much.
Yeah, I would love it if like you went into, or one of us went into that movie, watched it, and be like, "They're trying to teach me something. What is this nerd shit?" No,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Nerd. It does help me have Jeff Goldblum just being the biggest negative Nancy the entire time. Like, this is stupid. You shouldn't have done this.
Yeah, he's such a weird dude. I love Jeff Goldblum, but he is so weird.
I mean, he's like the eccentric family member like you wish you had, like that shows up and he just makes like table dinners and anniversaries and just so much more interesting just by being Jeff Goldblum the whole time.
His
like,
perfect casting is the supreme leader in Thor Ragnarok, where he's the leader of Sakaar.
That's it's like funny because I feel like it's this is Jeff Goldblum in the 90s. This was just who Jeff Goldblum was. And then the more he became Jeff Goldblum, he just is who he is in that movie as the supreme leader in Ragnarok. Like Frank he just Caliendo is himself.
Frank Caliendo has a good bit about Jeff Goldblum that he just 180s on everything. Like he'll be like, what's your favorite food? Jeff will be like, hot dogs, pizza. Hot dogs are really good. Wait. I'm a vegetarian.
I loved how you're right. I do think like he's kind of like what's that guy's name from Con Air?
Nicolas Cage?
No, not Nick Cage. The bald
John Malkovich?
John Malkovich. Thank you. John Malkovich is just John Malkovich. Like John Malkovich is like, oh yeah, that's John Malkovich.
Have you seen
a Russian accent for a little bit? Like that's just John
for
Malkovich.
No reason. Yeah. Have you seen Being John Malkovich?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Talk about a weird ass movie.
I love those kind of
the scene when he goes into his own head.
Yeah.
And everyone looks like him and everyone speaks by only saying Malkovich. It is the weirdest, funniest scene in like any movie. It's so bizarre and so funny at the same time.
Malkovich. And like the
like,
sexy
Malkovich. Like
Malkovich.
The waiter, Malkovich.
I love the Malkovich with that. Yeah. I thought that was Michel Gondry, who is one of my favorite directors. He did stuff like Be Kind, Rewind, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, but that's not him. I thought that weird kind of
Jim Carrey one.
Yeah, that's the Jim Carrey one and Kate Winslet.
It's a really weird movie, but that's a really, really good movie.
Yeah, the other one is Science of Sleep. If you guys have something to be like, hey, this is kind of like out of my ordinary flow of movies, like go watch The Science of Sleep. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so kids
All right,
arrive.
so yeah, here we are. Here we are.
Yeah.
The kids show up because, and I like that they did kind of give an explanation why his grandchildren are joining them, where the mom's going through a divorce. So, and there was a whole scene cut from the movie where John Hammond, Dr. Grant, and Ian Malcolm are standing on the front steps as the cars are pulling up.
Yeah.
And John Hammond's explaining like, normally I wouldn't have had the kids here for this weekend, but their mom needed time away from them. She's dealing with a divorce. And they had set it up earlier in the movie when he wasn't there for the lawyer, the blood-sucking lawyer, to come, when we got the he's a digger like me line.
Because Grant's like me.
He's a digger.
He's a digger.
Yeah, when we get that line. But so then this is right around the time when Nedry puts his plan into motion.
Yeah.
And he's been arguing with John Hammond about money, and basically John Hammond tells him like, it's not my fault that you're broke. I don't harp on people for making mistakes, but I do want them to live up to them or own them.
Yeah.
And
Like
he
what
gets
they
all
raised
pissed
them on.
off, and then he hits execute, and he takes off to go steal some dinosaur embryos as the cool Ford Explorers, whatever they are. They're like these Explorer like hybrids, because they're like long as a station wagon.
They must have been
But
an expedition, don't you think? Like an old Ford expedition.
But they're not like big enough to be expeditions. It's like an in between. It's like if you just took an Explorer and stretched it into an expedition.
Just a little
Yeah.
Little I got to see that. I had never put that together. That is why the kids are there, because of the divorce. So now, not only are they traumatized by the separation of their parents, but their grandfather invited them to a hellish landscape where they're chased by dinosaurs and forced to survive.
Look, you don't have to deal with a divorce. Come to Death Island. We will take care of you.
According to Hammond, I just invited you to better Disneyland. That's all I did.
Well, and in his defense, if Nedry hadn't decided to rob him, it would have been better Disneyland. Which I was thinking about it in this past week. It makes no sense that a T-Rex, the size of the T-Rex, and the Brontosaurus and everything can't bust through electric fencing that's like 7 or 8 wires.
Well, like Ned is like, or Dennis Nedry is like the pettiest villain ever. Like, oh, I shut down this multi-billion-dollar theme park and research facility because I needed a side hustle.
He wanted $1.5 million.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just kidding.
He wanted $1.5 million in 1990, which was a whole hell of a lot of money back then.
Right, but that park would have made that in a year had he not shut this thing down. Probably better he didn't, because it probably would have killed about 1.5 million people.
Yeah,
but
I wish there was like
one nerd on a bad day can take down your entire computer system and you can't do anything about it.
You probably shouldn't let the guy that's a bitter, pissed off worker have full control of all your computer coding lines.
Yeah.
With nobody else knowing.
By himself. Crazy.
No Overwatch, no oversight. And he's the lowest bidder. If you catch that part, he says nobody could code 2 million lines of code for what I bid for this job.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
He set himself up, dude. He said even the most top developer at any team has his work overlooked. There's never just, it's just one guy kind of situation. That is such horrible product management to think that
this
we could
whole
just do
theme
this
park was built on a computer code and hope. That's what like, hey, dude, we got a dream.
We talked often about how we talked a bit about last week how like even the design about where the raptors are, like you can't see them. You're not. They obviously kind of don't want the people to go like off into this jungle shed area where they have the raptors. So why are we making more of them? Like that's the thought process. Is like why?
Well, the biggest thing that we talked about that I don't know if you watched last week's episode, Trey, was they talk about how they bring in the big girl. They bring in this one raptor, and they had 8 raptors before that, all living together. They bring in one. She kills all but 2. Why did they not kill the big one?
Yeah, hey, maybe it's time to put the big one, or call Chris Pratt, and he'll start doing the whole, hey, sun's getting real low, big girl, get it.
Seriously,
it's getting real low.
Seriously, the newer movies are fun, but like we talked, nothing holds a candle to this first one. It's such a great mix of children's wonderment, the spectacle of the dinosaurs being there, and fear and horror.
Well, you get the first scene where they tour the park in the super Jeeps, Super Jeep Off-Road Wrangler man. Matt, you have a picture of those things from the movie where they're
I can get it.
Like they're basically like the Rastafarian flag with a dinosaur logo.
You're talking about the unmanned, what we're about to get into, the unmanned like Ford Explorers.
Which there are people who they recreate these. I've seen these.
I've seen them driving around.
It's
freaking
amazing.
Batmobile. So
it's badass. It's a lot easier than doing a Batmobile.
Right. get a Bronco and just pay job.
Get a Ford Explorer and go to work.
Yeah.
Freaking Batmobile.
But this is like where you get the wonderment of the movie, because they're still kind of. This is where Grant and what's his wife's name? Well, not his wife, but the girlfriend.
His name is girlfriend. I think his name is Elle. Her name is Elle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie Sattler and Alan.
Sattler. That's
they're they're kind of into it because they're seeing how it's supposed to work. Yeah, there they are. Look at that thing. If that doesn't scream like 1995.
I want one. I want to pick my kids up from one of these and be like, get in. There's a problem. They got out. Hurry.
Get in.
Just don't. No questions. No questions for daddy. Just get in.
They're still kind of, okay, is this going to work? There's some problems. And then they see that Brontosaurus and it's just.
Well, the Brontosaurus, when they're in the regular Jeep Wranglers with the cool, like with the tan and red paint job, that's before they even get to this part.
Is this where they see the sick Triceratops?
Yeah, they first. So here we go. They set out in these things, and they first go by the Dilophosaurus enclosure, and they're all excited, and they don't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
So then the cars move on, and Grant is like, "Damn," because they didn't see anything, and they pull up to the T-Rex enclosure, and the argument is happening in the command center between Samuel L. Jackson's character, Dennis Nedry, John Hammond, and then I don't remember the hold
the
on,
hunter, the Aussie guy.
Muldoon.
Muldoon, Bob Peck, Robert Muldoon, and he says, "Quiet, all of you. They're approaching the Tyrannosaur paddock." And I think it's the first time in the whole movie that somebody says Tyrannosaur instead of T-Rex. I think everybody calls it a T-Rex to that point. But
Hammond's being a super science man over here.
Yeah, but they bring the goat up for the T-Rex to eat, and nothing happens. And I love how the girl is like, "What's gonna happen to the goat?" And all of them know, and this poor girl's in the dark, and what's gonna happen? He's gonna eat the goat.
She knows what's gonna happen to the goat.
It takes her a second to put two and two together, and then she starts getting all upset.
Yeah.
But they move on from there because
feeding me. Here's your appetizer.
Yeah. Well, it's super funny how right at this part, basically in the command center, they're having the talk about how the tropical storm is approaching the island, and Muldoon says, "Maybe I'll keep an eye on it. Maybe it'll turn south like the last one did." And then they keep moving, and they come to the point where they stop and get out of the car, and that's the part where Jeff Goldblum's character is explaining chaos theory to Sadler, and with the water, and it's going to go back, it's going to go off the side, little imperfections. And as he's doing that, Dr. Grant just gets out of the car, and he says, "There you go, there's chaos theory for you." Who would have thought that Dr. Grant would get out of a moving vehicle? And at the same time, she gets out of the vehicle, and he's like, "And now here I am talking to myself."
Which I don't think he'd have much of a problem with his character.
No.
Maybe Jeff Goldblum would, but his character would be like, okay, I'll
Yeah,
just talk to me. I'm
always-
the first person here anyway. I don't care. Isn't he like a
I always-
mathematician? Isn't that
It's a
like
chaos
Yeah,
chaos-tician.
chaos-tician? Right, because that's a
mathematician,
thing.
Mhm.
I'll believe it. There's probably some like Coursera out there to be like, oh, you want to be a chaositician? Here's your Coursera link or whatever those online courses. But
here's your Kaiser University.
I always I love the line when like everyone jumps out of the car. And no, it was after they're leaving the T-Rex paddock, and he like knocks like on the camera, like, you actually actually plan to have a dinosaurs on this on this tour. Hello, and he like hello, and he's like, I really do hate that man. I did have a question for you guys. How, when you were kids and you were watching this, how old did you think Dr. Sadler was?
Like,
Oh, like how old was she in the movie?
Yes.
I
Probably,
would
like, late
guess
30s?
30s, like early 30s.
mid to late 30s, like our age, Matt.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 35, 36.
Yeah.
She is 23 years old.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
That is the most 35 looking 23-year-old.
Well, I just it shocked me because I looked up. I was like, wait, hold on. How it says what year was Laura Dern Burn? Sorry.
What year was Dern?
Laura Dern Barn. That was even still difficult. And she was born. Here, hold on, it said it right here. Shit, where'd it go? Oh, the layout on this is always different. 67.
Well, she was 23. She was born in
I was like, wait, has she 23, 27, 20?
Gosh,
It's like 93. I don't remember, but she's supposed to be, the character I think is supposed to be 23 years old. So yeah, and she's only like 26, I thought. So I don't know. I thought I like we said in the first part of this episode, her and Dr. Grant, in any situation, if they're like, hey, we need to go, we're like, yep, totally trust you. Let's ride. Wherever you guys want to go. You're gonna go.
Get out of here.
Let's get.
Whoop.
Let's get.
Although I feel like their survival instincts come into check a little bit throughout the movie.
such as
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay,
Well,
get
they're
there.
just like they're just kind of way too chill about everything in the beginning. Like, oh, we built this multi-million-dollar park with dangerous dinosaurs, but we didn't have all the DNA, so we took it from frogs. Like, it was
just fudged it.
You didn't have one scientist that was like, hey, guy, frogs can do this thing when there's no females around. May not want to do that. That and clownfish, we may want to stay away from them.
They're pretty good at it. Yeah.
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
Life finds a way. Well, this part always bothered me. It's such a cool scene with the Triceratops, and it's sick, and she gets out of the car and she's checking it out, and they decide that they're going to leave, and she says, I'm going to stay here. They decide they're going to leave because the command center tells them you got to get back in the car.
Yeah.
We got to keep moving. And so you never find out what happens with the Triceratops. Like, you never know. you never know why it keeps getting sick, because he says like about once a month it gets sick. This happens. It's not eating the plants, and she says like, nope. By checking out this giant pile of shit, you can tell it's not eating the berries.
That is one big pile of shit.
Exactly. And then she takes off her gloves and she's like touching, and he's like, you're gonna wash your hands before you eat anything, right? And then she puts her head in her hair, and he's like, it's so grossed out.
Yes, you're like, oh yeah, there's plastic. She definitely did the sanitary glove taking. I don't know, Trey. You tell me that glove taking off technique. If that actually looks, she looks like she did it right, because she does. She takes it off and she's brushing her face and rubbing her hair.
No, I definitely wash my hands after surgery before I start, and I am nowhere near that dirty at the end of a procedure.
Yeah. Well, you're not like shoulder deep in a pile of shit either.
I'm first knuckle at most.
Well, she's a paleontologist too, which I was like, I guess she's the most.
Yeah, that makes you a veterinarian.
Because, yeah, because she thinks it's the plants, and the plants are poisoning him.
She's like a paleobotanist.
Botanist, thank you.
Yeah, she's a plant person.
She's poison ivy.
Yeah, from 65 million year old plants. I mean, I don't know how she finds anything out about those. Science is a hell of a thing. But then they get back in the car and they start heading back, and the tropical storm is already here.
Yeah.
Maybe we just talked about it like 5. Maybe it's going to turn. No, it's 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
And it's coming. Like, come on. What are we talking about here?
Don't worry. We turned on the big wind machine. Hopefully that'll blow it over.
Seriously.
Well, you said that. And I always thought when Nedry goes to hit execute on the keyboard, and then the next, it cuts, like flash cuts to, or whatever it is, snap cuts to the lightning strike and the thunder. I was like, did he cause the storm? Like as a kid, I was like, this jackass,
he made it rain.
He's unleashing dinosaurs and he's starting storms. Like this guy is the worst. Yeah. So they all head back, and they're in the car, and they're supposed to be just trailing their way back to the. And my question about it in rewatching this was, when they first came around, they came and the Tyrannosaurus paddock was on the right, if I'm correct. And then when they're supposed to be heading back to the main house, to the big house, it's on the right again. And I just thinking that there's a lot of movie continuity in this scene, but it's the
I guess it could be like a bridge.
Yeah, I guess there could have been like 2 tracks.
I think there's a lot of things in this movie when you really sit down and like with an analytical eye that don't make a lot of sense. From weird scenes that they cut, like with the Triceratops, why the kids are there, different things like that. And this is definitely one of them, because why would they go back by the Tyrannosaurus paddock?
Yes,
on their way back.
Stuff wasn't working.
It's like a loop, and it's a single track, unmanned vehicles. Like they're driven on a track. They say this, and they're not. What do they get to one point and the thing swings it around and it heads back on the track? It doesn't make any sense.
The tropical storm threw off the GPS, so they passed the big house. Just
keep it going.
Wait, did we see the big King Kong gate again? Hold on.
Son of a bitch. We're lost.
Why?
Well, and
we're lost on a track.
Why would you not just be like home, like hit the home when you know that stuff is not going right? Like when the first time you saw you didn't say the magic word, be like, home. Everybody back.
I think all that happened when that was when the cars died right in front of the Tyrannosaurus paddock. And then you get the greatest Jurassic Park scene.
Yes.
Hands down, no two ways about it. Like the raptors are super cool later in the movie, but especially when you watch it now, it doesn't look as good as it did. It still looks amazing, but the T-Rex looks incredible still. And the whole scene with the pouring rain and this massive, the reason why it looks so great, animatronic, it's practical effects. It's just incredible. And the T-Rex weighed 13,000 pounds, the animatronic. And it was pouring, and it was really pouring down rain on them because they were filming in Hawaii, and an actual like tropical storm hurricane came in while they were filming on the last few days of production, and they had to shut everything down and get people off of the islands. And the T-Rex went from like 13,000 pounds to 15,000 pounds soaking wet, and they had to have people toweling it off. They're having problems with the electronics and because of the weather.
Yeah.
But it just looks so cool when that thing comes busting out and everything.
I heard they had a moment where they were on break. They were eating lunch, and the electronics short-circuited, and they're sitting around this thing, and it came to life and scared the absolute shite out of everyone. Like,
oh shit!
Like, absolute mess on the ground. No one went home with clean underwear that day. Because it's like you said, it's so realistic. It's so freaking good that it still stands up today. Like I had nightmares. I still have nightmares sometimes about this. And I go, wait, I know that's Jurassic Park. What's wrong with me? No, that's a dinosaur. But I still have
it's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything about the scene, from the animatronics to the sound effects. The roar on that thing is so awesome. Whoever did these sound effects, and John Williams and the score, it all works together to make this movie so good and still so entertaining to watch today. Even with all its continuity issues and all the goofy shit that they let slide, it's still super awesome to watch. It's a really, really fun movie.
I think I found one of the best images I've seen to explain this continuity issue. So just to set up the scene, it's raining. The T-Rex eats the goat finally, and Tim and his sister Tim has the night vision goggles on, and he looks out and he sees the swinging chain and the goat's gone. And then he looks up and the ham hock, or whatever, the spine of the goat, slams on the roof of this car. Hey, remember your mom's getting divorced? Yeah, this isn't better. Slams on the roof of this car, and then you see just the little fork hand kind of go over and be like, I can touch the wires now, and it slides back, and that's
Voldemort.
where you get, yes, I can touch
Voldemort.
you.
I can touch you now.
So it breaks through. It causes all hell, and there's a couple of things, but I want to share before we get into that too much. This is the best explanation of the Tyrannosaurus paddock I've ever seen. So here's the drop off where the cars are, and please, for those listening, actually, we now have video on Spotify, so check it out. Turn on the video for a second, and we got our YouTube channel, so come check that out too, nostalgialand.podcast. But this makes the most sense. So there is a higher area where the Tyrannosaurus, I guess, can be and is supposed to be, and then there's a drop off for drainage, which you would need definitely in this tropical environment.
Not drown your dinosaur.
Yeah, not drown the dinosaurs.
How to drown your dino.
And that explains the 30-foot drop we see in the next couple of scenes, and the next couple of shots of them battling the dinosaur. But yeah, I loved the contrast of the lawyer just being like, yeah, I'm done. I'm leaving. Bye. And he goes to hide in a tiki hut bathroom.
Yeah.
I always hated that guy for it, but I was like, yeah, I probably would have done that. I probably would have left to be like,
well, the coolest part about the scene is you feel the T-Rex before you see it, because it focuses on the water, and the ripples in the water start to get bigger. And then
that effect was super hard to recreate. Apparently Steven Spielberg was riding in a car and the base hit really hard and the water reacted to it. So he wanted to do that for the T-Rex to give that effect. And they tried everything. They put big speakers under the cars, and it was just slosh the water around, and he wanted that ripple. So they ended up having to tie a string from the bottom of the cup down through the car. They had a guy flick the string, and it created the perfect bloop, bloop. Oh my gosh, that's crazy! All the work that goes into this stuff is insane.
Just sound design, Jeff string flicker, in
string
the credits roll, flicker,
the key grip right there.
But I saw people talking about it. They were like, "Who brings an open cup of water into a car for a tour?" I was like, I bet there would have been beer and wine.
Smooth. It was
smooth.
To prove how smooth the ride's gonna be.
That's it. Yes, that spared no expense. We spared no expense. No expense. But here's your plastic cup. There you go. Your thin plastic dime cup.
Well, then the part that angered me, even when I was a child, it pissed me off so bad. This, the kid gets out the cool night vision goggles, and he's like, the goat's gone. But then the girl goes back once the T-Rex shows itself, and she opens the thing, pulls out a giant flashlight, and starts shining it into the air. And even the little kid is like, turn off the light. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Are you trying to tell it we're right here? Come and get us.
It would have walked away.
Goat. There's another goat down here. Look for the goat.
I'm a little goat.
Yeah.
shining that shit everywhere. What was her goal there? To be like, maybe the light will scare it away.
She wanted to die real bad.
The power of Christ compels you.
This is for the goat. The power of Christ. Yeah.
Well, and thank God for Dr. Grant, because he knew if you stand still, can't see you. Even though apparently broke my heart, ruined my childhood researching this movie.
Yeah.
When you find out it's not real, they
not.
think that the T-Rex actually had great binocular vision.
Yeah. Easily see. I think
he runs over to them and tells, like, after the T-Rex flips the car, does the awesome, like, breaking through the giant sunroof they have on the car, and the kids are all trapped under it. That's crazy, the whole scene. But she stands up and starts to scream, and he covers her mouth and he says, "Be quiet, don't move. If you don't move, it can't see us." And then it's just like, oh my gosh. But then she starts saying, like, he left us, and she keeps going back to that, like, yeah, that guy left you guys. What a piece of shit.
That's not what I'm going to do. But I loved, that theory. I heard that theory, and also that the science was that's not accurate. Like,
there's
how
a lot
yeah, like, how would he know? But I did hear someone else's explanation about it, was that Dr. Grant was also a animal behavior, like, he understood animal behavior, and he understood that these creatures have only ever been fed remotely. All right. And if we need to do a part 3, because if we need to, like, really talk these out, I'm totally fine with Jurassic Park Part 3. But so these creatures have only ever been fed remotely, not by hand, not ever having, like, a conscious, like, this is my meal, that you're separate, you're different, you're my handler, or any kind of relationship like that, which you would have with most predators. You want to define that this is your food, I'm not your food, kind of situation. And so he was saying that because he realized that it's only going to react and chase what runs from it, which is a natural prey reaction. So if we stay still, which is just like, how do you explain that to the 13, 14-year-old girl? Like, hey, stay still. If you think you were prey, he's going to eat us, and he's going to think we're prey. And then if we don't act like prey. But if we just stay still and we don't react to all of its, huffing, puffing and roaring, it doesn't know what to do with us. So everything else, though, tries to run away. It fears response. And so I thought, okay, that's why it chases Ian Malcolm, because he starts running rather than freezing when he throws away his thing, and it just keeps going after him. And he's just like, well, I gotta eat that. But it's kind of ruined by when the T-Rex knocks over the toilet tiki hut, which is actually made by pieces of unglued bamboo. This thing just falls apart.
Yeah.
eats the lawyer. The blood.
Who decided to take a shit right in the middle of all this? Like,
Pants on.
He was like, oh god.
It's too late. Too late. There's no point. I honestly, yeah. So he eats them, and that's when he starts messing with the cars and eating the car, attacking the cars, singing like, "Is this food? What's this?" And I think that theory plays right. I think that makes a lot of sense. That, like, it's never had to hunt for anything, and Dr. Grant makes that point where he's like, it doesn't want to be fed; it wants to hunt. It's bored, and so if we don't give it the satisfaction of running and responding that way, it's not going to think of us as food. So
it's going to take us. It's going to take it 20 years to eat us, like it did with that goat.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but it can't see you. That's why it didn't eat the goat. The goat was standing still
the whole time. We needed to jostle around a little bit.
Yeah, they needed to, like, put it on a string and make it move back and forth.
Rustle it around a little bit.
Exactly.
Just a goat on a zip line, just flying through the paddock and just chasing after it.
Well, then the T-Rex knocks the Jeep with them in it over the side. And then it cuts back to Nedry and what's going on in the command center. Yeah. And now by this point, Sadler has made it back to the command center, and they're trying to figure out, like, what's going on, and John Hammond turns to the game warden and says, "Would you be so kind as to take a gas-powered Jeep and bring back my grandchildren?"
Finally.
He's like, "Yep." So he goes out, and Sadler says she's going with him, and they go out looking for everybody. And then you get the super satisfying stuff with Nedry, where he has this great escape to get his money, to get these samples to the guy at the dock, and he can't drive the Jeep to save his life. It's pouring down rain in a tropical storm on a jungle island. He crashes into the sign that points him towards the docks.
Yeah.
And when he gets out, he picks the sign back up, and the arrow is pointing straight down. So he's like, this way, that way, and then he just like spins it, and it just goes around in circles. That's like one of my favorite parts. It's such a funny little touch. Exactly, such a funny little touch. And he loses his glasses.
Yeah, just a little levity in there, just a little. Pick this up. Loses glasses.
Because that's such a Spielberg thing, where it's like, no, this is for everybody. We're not going to make it too dark. Like, there's dark enough stuff already in it, so you got to add those little moments of humor to keep it a little light. But
a little sassy.
Yeah, and then he ends up crashing the Jeep over this tiny waterfall.
Yeah, a little stream there.
Yeah, it's like a tiny little waterfall.
Like, this is an off-road Jeep, dude. Just like reverse it a little, wiggle the wheel, man. Just give a little extra gas.
He tries and it doesn't work. Yeah, so then he gets out and takes the winch that they all have on the front and wraps it around the tree. And on his way back, he hears like that. It's like, what is that? And he turns and look, and it's like a cute little dinosaur. It's like standing there, like cute, all cute. And he says, "Oh, I thought you were one of your bigger brothers, the meat eaters or whatever."
Yeah.
And it's just like making these little cute noises at him, and so he starts fumbling his way back up, and then it makes the noise again. And when he looks over, it's right there.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, get out of here, you stupid animal, whatever." And that thing opens up and it hisses real loud, and it's like, oh, that's scary as hell.
Yeah, so
like
terrifying.
That would be so scary.
Hits him. He spits in his face first.
Yeah.
Which they, like that oil venom.
Here we go again with the science. They say that no dinosaurs were venomous that they know of, and the Dilophosaurus didn't actually look like that, and didn't have like an umbrella cool thing on its head.
It's a peacock. It's a black mamba. It's a black mamba peacock snake.
Seriously, it's a spitting cobra, a spitting king cobra. You ruined it for me.
I love how like Nedry also was like, "Here, you want a stick? You want the stick?
Yeah.
Stick, stupid. Get the stick."
Yeah.
He's like, "No wonder you're
isn't
extinct."
this at the point where like what's her name? Sadler gets back to the big house, and Hammond's like, we've had a problem, but next time it'll be perfect. Like it's not a big deal.
Oh yeah, when they have that's right. That's when they have the conversation.
Yeah.
But that's after they come back with Malcolm, right?
Ian. Yeah, that's after they come back with Ian.
Okay, so the Nedry ends up getting spit on his chest, which that stuff is so gross. It's like black tar. It's like sticky and gross. But then he goes and he gets in the car, and you think like, oh man, he's getting away. He's actually going to get out of here, and then it's in the car with him, and it does like the cool thing, and it spits it right in his face, and it does that awesome shot where it cuts to the outside, and just the car's like rumbling around because he getting eaten.
He get ate, and that
dinosaur's not going to have to eat for like 2 months.
Yes.
You full boy.
Now, interesting enough, I started watching the new NBC show, or it's in its second season, the St. Dennis. It's like a kind of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but in a hospital. And in one of the episodes, one of the doctors is Newman, is Dennis Nedry.
Oh, Wayne Knight.
Wayne Knight, and he has lost so much weight that I was like, oh my gosh, that's him. Oh, look at that, that's crazy. Yeah,
he's very healthy.
He's on that Ozempic or something.
This is what was left after the Dilophosaurus got him.
Yeah, for real.
Just nibbled on him a little bit.
Just nibble. Just a little nibble.
Yeah, but doesn't Sadler goes to help the game warden, right? To look for like survivors, looking for Grant and the young ones.
When he says, "Would you be kind enough to take a gas jeep and go and get my grandkids?" She says, "I'm going with him."
Yeah.
And they get to the Tyrannosaur paddock, and she's like, "Where's the other jeep?
Yeah.
Where's the other truck? Like, where's the other truck?" Yeah. And they start looking around. and they go over and there's the debris from the porta potty area, and they're lifting it up and looking, and the game warden is like, I think I can't remember the lawyer's name off the top of my head, but like, I think here's some of Gennaro. I think here's some of Gennaro. She's like, yeah, there's some more of him over here. Like, so gross.
Yeah, screw that guy.
Found some.
And then she finds Ian. And his leg is badly injured, and she says like he put a tourniquet on before he passed out. And he makes some noise. He says something and basically lets her know, like, I'm still here, like I'm still awake, I'm still here.
Doesn't he sit up?
Maybe a little bit, but not at that part. Not at that part.
I thought because he's still on the ground. He sits
he's
up.
laying on the ground and he just says something.
Yeah.
And then there's like the roar from the Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah.
And she says, do we risk moving him? And that's when he sits up and he goes, yes, please risk it. That's like one of the funniest parts. Yes, please risk it.
Yes, please risk it.
Yeah, and then when Grant and all them get into the treetop, it's where they find the eggs, and they're like, and he's like, oh my God, they're breeding.
Yeah, because they look over. She looks over the side and she says, the other Jeep, it's down here, which is very funny, but it makes sense. But they go from, oh look, it's the Jeeps, to they're on the ground next to the Jeeps in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But there's the whole scene in between there where the kid is the boy is trapped in the Jeep, the girl's down on the ground, and Dr. Grant says, I'm gonna go get your brother. She says, no, don't. He left us. You're gonna leave us. He's like, I'm not gonna do that. I gotta go get your brother. So he goes up the tree, and the poor kid is like, I puked. And he's like, yeah, cool, dude. Let's go.
Yeah.
You're like, who cares if you puked, man? Let's
right.
talk.
Your grandpa will buy you a new shirt. He'll spare
exactly.
No expense.
If that had been me in the Jeep when you got up there, I'd have been like, yo, I pooped my pants like real bad. Real bad. I puked and I pooped. It's bad. It's real bad. And I'm talking now, like not when I was a child. Like if I was a 42-year-old man, I'd be like, I pooped and I puked. We gotta go.
I love them to just open the door and Dr. Grant looks over and he just looks at me and goes, are my parents still getting divorced? Yeah, but I'm sorry. And now we got to climb out of this tree real fast.
And then the Airbud kid's head pokes in. He's like, is my dad still dead?
Yeah.
You want a dog that plays baseball?
Well, so then they have to run down the tree because the Jeep starts to fall. Another really cool scene. They get down to the bottom, which this made no sense, but they get down to the bottom where the roots are huge. So even if the car comes straight down at the speed it's going down, it's going to hit and fall.
Yeah.
But they start to run forward.
Yeah.
And the car falls and basically like has the chance to crush them.
Run to the sides, man. Straight down. Like that was I was just like, you just wait on a branch and just let it. Okay, there it's gone. Great. Now we can take our time, or we could just sleep up here because this is where I'm sleeping. I don't know.
He had to set the kid up for. We're back in the car again.
Well, we're back in the car again. I wanted to share. I saw this great parody a couple of weeks ago on Instagram, and I was like, "Oh, perfect! Please, I want your initial reactions out of this." Okay, here we go.
Come on. We gotta get out of here. Now, right now. Must go faster.
Ridiculous.
For those who can't see it, it's a parody of the amazing tension and incredible scene of the T-Rex second coming there, like and showing up, and they're running away from me. Malcolm's like, we gotta go now, and they replaced it with Pee Wee Herman on his bike, like chasing them down. And, and he hits the branch. Rather than the T-Rex hits the branch and it breaks off into a million pieces, Pee Wee hits it and like falls off, gets knocked off his bike. And he's on the ground. So worth a YouTube watch.
Well, that's so funny to me. That part is one of those iconic scenes with Ian Malcolm saying, "Must go faster."
Must go faster. Yeah.
in my head, it lives as him saying it several times. Must go faster. Must go faster. Must go faster. He only says it one time. I was so surprised when I watched it.
Yeah, in your head, you made him Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, like seriously, like he's a Rain Man.
15 feet per second.
Oh, and then that part, he almost gets them killed because he jumps up on and lands on the friggin' stick of the Jeep, stick shift car, and it's like, get out of here, dude! I will throw you out of this car if you don't let me shift gears. But then they go back after they get away because the T-Rex can't run really fast for long distances, so it's just gives up. Like, okay, that thing's out of here, and they go back to the visitor center. They start talking about, systems are going down all over the park, and then he asks, the game warden says, he didn't turn off the Velociraptor, did he? And they look and say, no, the raptors are still, their fences are still on.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the scene that Trey was talking about, where John Hammond is sitting in the big ballroom where he had the feast all laid out for them, and he's got tubs and tubs of ice cream out on the table, and he's just eating ice cream. And she comes in, and he says it was all melting. So you can tell, like, the way they did his character as opposed to how it was written in the book, because in the book he's this heartless, money hungry, really kind of evil guy. Yeah. And he ends up getting torn apart later in the book by the dinosaurs. He ends up getting killed. And in the movie, they almost make you like compassionate for him.
Yeah, in the movie, he's Walt Disney and with the T-Rex instead of Mickey Mouse. Like, it just didn't work out.
He's like overly ambitious. There's no malice to him. It's just his goal was so lofty that it's getting people killed now. And this is where she kind of snaps on him, because he says, the next time when we're in control, and she's like, because they're talking about how the first thing he did was make a flea circus, and it was all fake because it was all mechanized, and people would say like, oh, I can see the fleas, but there were no fleas. And he said, like, I wanted something real, that when people said, oh, I could see it, it was there, they could see it.
Yeah. And
he says, oh, and when we were in control, and she says, that's the illusion. You were never in control.
Yeah.
Like, these forces of nature are too great for you to, like, even I was fooled by the power of this place, but the power's out now. And these dinosaurs are killing people. And then he kind of snaps out of it. And like, okay, now we need to save them. We need to take control of the situation as best we can, get things back online, and get out of here, basically. Get the phones back working so we can call in the helicopter, which no helicopter's going to fly out in a tropical storm to pick you up.
In the middle of a dinosaur park. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm not getting you.
Have you seen where you put your helipad? It ain't happening.
The president has already aimed a nuke at your island. It's been real, my guy.
Yeah.
It's by Costa Rica, too. They're pretty cool with us. So if we can explain the situation and be like, listen, Costa Rica, you don't want these things going on like to the mainland. And trust me, they're going to get on to the mainland. They made these little tiny sons of bitches that could just fit in anything. They're like this big, but if there's one, it's fine. But if there's like 200 of them, it's a problem. All right.
It's a big time problem.
Trust me on this when we get to Jurassic Park.
Then you get arguably my favorite scene in the movie. Like, I do like the T-Rex scene, but I don't know, the raptor scene, to me, it just feels like you're watching, like they cut to the movie Alien. Like, I'm just waiting for Ridley Scott to come out and help them fight the raptors.
You skipped a bunch there. Hold on, bud.
Well, it leads
your
to
favorite scene. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
So, because Tyler was asking, like, oh, did they turn off the Velociraptor enclosure? And then you see the raptors being moved, but you never see the actual dinosaur. Like, the thing that they do so well about the raptors, they build the fear. I mean, I hate to harken back to it, but it's what I've been watching lately. It was why, to me, season 1 of Stranger Things works so well, because you didn't see the Demogorgon all the time. It wasn't like, oh, there's the Demogorgon. It was like, here's a flash, and you get its leg or its arm, or you hear it. And they do the same. 100%. You get the high-pitched squeal with the raptors, and you know that they're attacking something, but you don't know where it's coming from. People just get yanked into bushes, and you're like, whoa. And then you get the scene where the the game warden is going to save his crew and try to get the power turned back on, and
Well,
you get to see
it's him and Sadler
yeah, and the
because
raptor
they
comes
just
out of the bush, and he
they decide that they're gonna shut everything down and restart it. Basically, like have you tried turning it off and on again?
turning it off and on again.
For any of you who have seen the IT Crowd, it's a very funny show. But
So
have you tried turning it off and on again?
So good. Yeah.
And when they turn it back on, the power doesn't come back, but the screen says like ready to start. So they know that it worked. But the chain smoking Samuel L. Jackson says we got to go across the compound to the breakers and turn the breakers back on because it probably tripped the main breakers. So they have to go across this thing, and he goes to do it, but she keeps saying like it's been too long. It's been too long. He was supposed to be there and back fast. It's been too long. We got to go.
Yeah.
We got to go help him. So the guy starts loading up a shotgun because now they've turned off the raptor cage. Like they've turned everything off, and they go out to make their trip across to the breaker box, and you get the iconic scene where they're walking together, and he says like, she says we have to look out for the raptors, and he says no, we don't. And she says why, and he says because we're being hunted.
Being hunted.
Like 30 feet ahead of us in the bushes. And she's like, what? And he's like, run, go now. And so she takes off, and he like gets all set up and pulls the thing back. So it's like in his, in his shoulder.
Yeah.
And he's all aimed up, and you could see the movement in the bushes still.
Yep.
And then boom, the raptor head's right in his face. And he just goes, clever girl. Like one of the most famous lines of any movie ever.
That's my
and he's
favorite
just
line.
done.
Clever girl. And the way
like
that he's explaining to her, like, no, we're being hunted. Like he's so good because he's so still about it too. Like he's just dead eye. He's like, nope, they're right there. And if I turn to look at you at any moment and I turn away from this, they're gonna come right out and get us both. So I think like the raptors at least understand from the first scene of this film, it's like this guy makes us hurt. Like there's something about him and his presence that it makes us hurt because he's shocking him and like telling him to shoot him and stuff. But so I think like just from a animal realistic standpoint of like, okay, like they're gonna, we gotta take it, a little slower on this guy because he's got
the thing I like about the
hat.
raptors in this, like they're much smaller than the T-Rex, but they're conveyed as like so much smarter than the Tyrannosaurus. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm not just going to overpower you, I'm going to hunt you. And it's funny because you talk about how Hammond talks about how when I'm in control, like this perfectly illustrates how little control you have because the raptors now control your park. They're your apex. And
so they do such a good job through dialogue of explaining just how smart these raptors really are and how much they've shown where when they would go to feed them at the fencing, the raptors would test the fencing, and they were looking for weak points in the electric fencing to get through. And he even says like when the big one looks at you, you can tell she's working things out, she's thinking, she's planning, she's deciding. And
it's the most
then
terrifying idea. Like that's absolutely the most terrifying idea.
And it's really smart too because like Sadler runs off, and there's one in front of him, and he gets attacked by the clever girl, and that's two. Well, there's three raptors.
Yeah.
So she goes down into the bunker, and she's fumbling around. They're leading her back in, and the whole time Grant and them are out in the field with the Gallimimuses running in that awesome scene.
Gallimimus.
Where they're running, they're changing directions like birds being chased by a predator. And I love how he says like a flock of birds being chased by a predator. And he's standing there in awe and wonder. And the kid's like, well, they're flocking this way. Like, we gotta go. Like,
out of here, bro.
Those things are running right at us.
I'll see you guys back at the compound. Yeah? All right. I'll save you a cheeseburger. Maybe some of that melted ice cream.
There's that whole cool scene where the T-Rex comes back in and grabs one of the Gallimimuses and starts eating, and the girl is just horrified. The kid is like, oh, look at all the blood. Like, this is crazy.
Remember, your mom's getting a divorce. Here's another animal. Yeah. Here's another animal being ripped apart in front of you.
Grant's leading them back to the visitor center, and they have to climb over like the main enclosures fence, this huge fence with all this crisscrossing electric fencing, but everything's off. So Grant plays the joke on the kids, or he pretends he's getting shocked, and then he's like, "Ha ha," and she's like, "That's not funny." And the kid's like, "That was great. I love that. That was so funny." Well, they start climbing it, and it really doesn't make any sense. Another one of those things, because this kid could fit through the gate. Like he could have been like, "Whoop, I'm on the other side."
That thing and go through the rope. Like, I got this.
Yeah. But he goes up and over, and he gets stuck like halfway. Which, I mean, why did Grant leave this kid up there? Like, I would have been right with him. Like, okay, go. But as she's priming the system, it starts to issue warnings from these towers, like with the lights on them, to let you know, yes, the fence is good, or no, it's not. And it starts to like, rah, rah, rah. Like, if I'm that kid, I don't care about those heights. I am going down. Like he barely starts moving. Then he tells he tells him to jump, and he's like, okay, like all slow. No. And she's pressing the buttons, turning everything back on, and boom, finally she hits that button, and that kid shoots off that fence. Grant catches him.
3,
he
2,
has
1,
to revive his ass. Shoots him out of there like a bat out of hell. But he has to pump him and like give him
CPR.
mouth to mouth. CPR. Thank you. I was like drawing a blank there. But then she's like, "Oh, we did it," and she leans back up against all the buttons where she just turned on all the power, and the freaking raptor busts through the wiring right next to her, and it's like, oh my gosh, that got me good.
Still get goosebumps. Every time
that
I
like
watch
kitchen scene now where
well,
they're all
before we jump forward, you could talk about that. But she starts to run out, and the raptor's chasing her, and she traps it in the gate. They fight at the gate. She gets the gate closed, and she backs up, and the hand comes out and grabs her. Bowser just tried to jump and do the same thing to me.
He just did it.
Yeah, the hand lands on her, and she's like, "Oh," and she says Samuel Jackson's character's name, like, "Oh, we got to get out of here. The raptors." And she turns, and the arm comes with her, and it's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, it's like
that's what happened to
playing
him.
with their food. Like, now touch her with the guy's hand. Touch her with the guy's hand.
Just leaving pieces around for her to find. We're going to store this one way up here, like an Easter egg.
We're going to put them on little strings.
She has to find. Yeah, it's like a little mannequin or a little what is it, marionette? Hang on to your butts.
Yeah.
But
so
then they all meet up. She meets up with the.
Well, they get back to the visitor center, and the kids are in the dining area eating. But Grant is like, "I'm gonna go look for everybody else," and he's like, "I'll be back. I promise. I'm coming back. Don't worry, I'm coming back." And he goes outside, and if you notice in this scene where he sees Sadler, she screams, "Run!" and she starts running to him, and she's limping. Well, there's scenes that are cut out where she's supposed to be running from the raptor and trips over more of Samuel Jackson's body and hurts herself. And so she's screaming at him to run because the raptors are there. But they ended up cutting it for time and everything like that, which makes sense because the movie's over 2 hours long. So they couldn't leave everything in. But then she gives him a big hug and a kiss, and then it goes into the inside where it's the kids.
Get the kitchen,
and she's getting ready to eat the Jello, and the kid's looking at the brother's looking at her this way, and she starts shaking. The Jello's doing this and he's like, "What's wrong with you?" And he notices the shadow of the raptor, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
I mean, what a trip for Ariana Richards, who plays Lex, the sister. Like, how terrified she looks, like, and just sells it there. I mean, to be a young actress like that, and the way, like, I mean, she's the tension in her jaw, and she's looking and she's realizing, like, what the hell's happening here. She's like, they're getting inside. And this is like,
this moment and the moment from the first episode that we did when they first see the Brontosaurus, and Grant like takes off his glasses and he grabs Sadler's head. Those two scenes, they with no words, they convey such emotion just in how they act. It's so cool.
Yeah. And now, Trey, this is your favorite kitchen scene.
Yeah, because it's all like it. Like I guess I like it because it's like Alien, but with dinosaurs. Because they use a lot of like sound design, like the metallic clinks of them like stepping on the big iron counters that they use, or aluminum counters that they use, and you'll hear them like growl to each other like they're talking. And it's supposed to be shot like from the kids' point of view, so the raptors look massive. Like they're not these like, oh, it's the size of like a big dog. No, this thing looks like it's 3 feet taller than everybody.
Well,
but,
this
like,
movie they are 6 feet tall and 9 feet long, which we found out in real life they were not this big.
They're like as big as a turkey in real life or something.
Yeah,
like
they
that,
were
right?
very small. Now, after the movie came out, scientists did find I think what they called the Ultraraptor, which was basically the Velociraptor. But Veloci is such a cooler name than Ultra.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But they joked about how like they created it and then scientists went out and found it. But the cool thing that I wanted to bring up about this scene was they're saying, like Sadler's saying, well, there's 2 raptors left unless because I trapped one. Unless they figured out how to open doors. And at that exact moment it cuts back to the kitchen and the main raptor is opening the kitchen door with its claw.
Yeah.
And then it pushes in and it stands up and like because it hears the kids and it raises its head and it's like and the other raptors are now coming. It's calling them. It's like, oh, that's crazy. Like that's such a cool like
it's like even
thing
in a place
that they
where
did.
you think you've like trapped them and you're safe, like they're coming.
I did thought about it. I was like, God, if you want to add this to the list of poor park design, we made raptor accessible doors. Like we could have
make
done
a round
round ball doors.
The main villain of this movie is not dinosaurs; it's hubris. Hubris is the main villain.
That's true. That's the best way to put it. It's hubris, 100%.
Gall.
Your arrogance and your hubris.
I mean, like just like this would have been a completely different movie if they just knew, like, you know what, we could just close the door and its claws are too big and its hand is shaped too weird. It can't grip the round knob. So oh fuck, we made the ones that it's the handlebar, and every door is now one of those push doors. Like when you leave a gymnasium, it's one of those push bars. You're like,
and then you get the mini boss in the video game that then joins your party at the end of the game. You get the T-Rex that comes back in and is like, I got you. Like
they start to run. They end up in the main area with the giant T-Rex skeleton, and they climb up into the vents, and the raptors are trying to get them still, and now they're back with Sadler because they go into the actual command center, and the girl uses her hacker skills that they established earlier through small points of dialogue.
Yeah.
Which, whatever, we won't even talk about that.
Sure.
To get her to lock the doors down. So she gets the door locks back online, the phones are back online. And as soon as the phones come back online, Grant calls Hammond, who's in like the bunker, the safety bunker.
Yes.
And says, and he's like, Dr. Grant? And he says, yeah. He's like, are the kids okay? He goes, the kids are fine. Call the helicopters. Like, get them here now.
Well, like I imagine it's such a cool scene too. Like when they're fighting against the door, like, we need the door locks, and the raptors then just like, hey guys, you having a party in there?
Here's Johnny.
Can I hang out? And they're like, it's an amazing animatronic, the way it blows steam and does that whole business. But like this computer system, probably the worst designed computer system I've ever seen.
That's 1993 like for you, dude.
93 cube graphics, and if you want to like find things, you actually have to explore within a 3-dimensional space inside this computer, and you can tell like it's having a hard time with the amount of RAM that's inside of it. It's crawling, dude. And I was like, this makes no freaking sense. Like this, like I'll get off my soapbox on that one.
Well, it's really funny too, because when you think about it, that's the computers. And then the movie itself was one of the first movies to use so much CGI of any movie. Yeah. And they were originally planning to use stop motion animation. They had like the king of stop motion animation. We may have talked about this last episode, but I'm not sure.
I think so.
Yeah, and the one guy basically spent an entire weekend like building this CGI dinosaur,
Yeah.
with it moving around and doing stuff. And Steven Spielberg happened to see it, and he said, like, show me that. So he showed it to him, and he's like, oh, we're gonna do that. And they kept the stop motion guy was like, oh wow, like I'm going extinct. Like this is
Yeah.
the end of my career right
It's the
here.
death
Like
of
I
it
just
right here.
watched the death of my career happen
Yeah.
by right in front of me.
And then they made
And
James and the Giant Peach, and everything was fine. It was fine. It was all good.
well, they
Fine,
kept
dude,
him
it's
on
fine.
to get the movement right of the CGI dinosaurs. He stayed
Yeah.
on to help them, and they use his expertise and stuff. But I love that they decided to do what they did, where the climax of the movie happens with the three raptors trying to attack them as they're hanging from the skeleton of this thing, and right as it looks like they're gonna get got by the
Mhm.
raptor, it jumps for them, and bam, it gets grabbed by the T-Rex. Which, how did the T-Rex sneak up on anybody?
Yeah.
Like the whole movie, they're talking about it's like boo, boo,
Yeah.
boo.
Hey
But,
guys.
he was like, here I come, here I come, here I come again.
T-Rex
But
roller skates. Ahoy! It just glides in. Sorry.
but yeah, the one that's like the villain, the whole movie, the bad guy it's just like it's to show like he was just eating, like he was
He was
just doing
just
what a
eating.
T-Rex does. He was out doing his thing.
He wasn't a
And
bad guy.
There's
He
like
was
the
just
cool
eating.
thing with the sign floating down in front of him as
He
they're
gets
leaving.
a giant
And
roar from the T-Rex at the end.
yeah, because like I told Matt, that one of the original plans was the T-Rex was supposed to go for one of the kids, and Hammond busts into the room with a shotgun and shoots the raptor, and then the
Boom.
raptors ended up killing him, but they got away because he saved them. And it's like, it's so much cooler to do it with the T-Rex, and it's the dinosaurs on the dinosaurs, and the people are just trying to get the hell out of there, like as
Yeah.
fast as they can.
They're not in charge anymore. They're not in charge
Exactly.
anymore. There's no control here. This is the dinosaurs realm, and it's hilarious that he rode those skateboards to get into that scene. It's hysterical.
Yeah, exactly. He is tippy-toeing.
Yeah.
The helicopter, like,
Sneaky.
it's real, and he's not a bad guy. He just wanted to eat. He's eating. I
But
love
like
the idea.
Trey was saying,
Oh,
the smartest thing that they did, we definitely talked about this last week, but the smartest thing that Steven Spielberg did was treated it just like Jaws. You don't show the shark. Like,
yeah.
the dinosaurs are scary because they're not there, and
Yeah.
then they are, and it's like, oh my god, like, and I think what do we say it was? It was 6 minutes. The dinosaurs have like 6 minutes of screen time in the entire
Oh, yeah,
movie, and when you think about that, like a 2-hour runtime and 6 minutes of it are the dinosaurs. Like, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But it's such a smart way to do it, because the more you show your villain, the less scary your villain is. It's the sneaky, the behind the scenes, it's in the shadows and we don't know where it is. Because the more the raptors are in the scene, like even in the badass scene in the kitchen,
Yeah.
the more they're in the scene, the less scary they
it is.
become,
Yeah.
because they're doing goofy things, they're falling, they're
Home
slipping.
Aloneing.
Yeah, they are really Home Alone.
Like they're Kevin McAllistering this kitchen, like all up and down. Like Lex goes and tries to hide in this. I don't know what it was. It wasn't like an oven. It was a weird pull down kind of door.
It was like a hot box or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Rollable.
And everything's so shiny and new. The
spared no
dinosaur
expense.
sees it. Yeah.
Yeah, except all the expenses that
smacks
matter,
into it.
like not using frog DNA and not underpaying your one IT guy
That would
and
help.
building a better computer system. We spared no expense. Are you sure? Because this
I'd be
whole
like,
movie is
oh.
about you cutting corners, dude.
I forgot to say that part when they're sitting there eating the ice cream and she rips into him about how you have no control or whatever. At the end of it, she reaches out and she grabs a spoon and she eats a little bit of the ice cream and she's like, huh,
Yeah.
it's really good. And he says, defeated as hell, spared no expense.
Spared no expense.
Like, oh, and I think that's the last time he says it the whole movie, and it's just like, oh, dude, like, what a waste. Like, this was so stupid, this whole thing.
I also wanted a scene. I got a couple scenes I've always wanted. One, I wanted the scene of Hammond calling the helicopter and just being like, yeah, everything's fine. Just come right now. You need to be here in like now, please now. And then be like, okay, like he sounded a little anxious, but yeah, okay, so let's get the helicopter there. And they get it, and they're like rushing to get in and stuff like that. And the pilot, he's like, leave the engine running. And just like, don't. Let's keep moving. And they get in. They're like, "What? Is everyone good? Do we need to go? No, take off. Just take off. Everything's fine. Just let's go now." But the other couple of scenarios I always wanted to see in some of these movies, and I have them written down here. Scenario 1: it's you, the tree, the T-Rex. Are you surviving? Because the T-Rex is big. Got a big, you're doing the do-si-do, running. Exactly. Yeah. You're doing the Scooby-Doo run, right? Because the T-Rex is big, but it can't, maneuver quick. It's not agile, right? Unless it picks out its skateboards and rides that, maybe you're screwed. But I always wanted to see like one guy just like kind of running back and forth like around a tree and to see how long until like it gives up, I guess, like it did with the car, and like,
or until the T-Rex realizes I can knock this tree over.
Yeah, it needs to be a decent sized tree, but
it's gotta be like one of those banyan trees that they're running.
Yes, exactly. And you're just running around, or if there's like an angle at which like it can't actually get you because you're hiding in the tree banyan roots that are really tall. Second scenario. I talked about this. The park would have been 1,000 times safer if you just replaced all the doorknobs with knobs and not the actual handles. It would have been like that would have been an upgrade worth doing. Scenario 3 I thought of, I want to actually see someone use a freaking gun and like a pistol, that might just piss it off. A shotgun, that's gonna hurt it. What Muldoon had. I just want to see what a gun's damage rate is, per dinosaur, at least just once.
They're like big lizards, right? Like,
yeah, the big lizards. Yeah. Big frogs, really.
Yeah.
If we're getting technical,
big frizzards,
like even like the most probably armored animal we have is a crocodile. You can kill it if you shoot it in the right spot with a gun.
Shoot him,
Brad. There's an entire channel on Samsung's TV series that's just swamp people, and sometimes that's just on when we're cleaning the house, and it's great.
Yeah.
The last one I want to see a scenario, because like I said, my toxic trait is if they keep making these, I'm gonna keep watching them. And I just rewatched the last one that came out with Rebirth, which makes absolutely no sense. And actually, Trey, you can answer. They say that they have to get these blood samples from live creatures, because if they kill it and then take the sample, like something in the blood will die and it'll be useless within seconds.
Blood will decay, but I don't think that's how quickly. Now in humans that wouldn't be the case.
But like within seconds, they're like, it's in like 2 or 3 seconds, and all the stuff we need out of that blood is useless.
Right.
Not true, right?
I don't think so.
Please go to your actual job and be like, hey, I got a Jurassic Park question, guys. If the blood sample comes out, how long do you think it's useful?
I would say, like, if I'm thinking about like, because when I was in school, I watched an autopsy, so they were taking tissue and blood samples from that, because that's how you can help determine like cause of death. You can do like a tox screen of the blood and that's usually done within like 24 to 48 hours. So but you have probably at least that long.
At least that. Like, it's such a weak premise for this last one, but again, I'll watch it. I watched it again, but they also.
Well, let's just say the Lost World Jurassic Park, that I believe is the second movie's name. I watched it one time and never watched it again. I have no idea what happened in that movie.
I've only seen this Jurassic Park and the Lost World. I've never seen any other Jurassic Park.
Oh wow, dude!
I saw the Jurassic World one with Chris Pratt, the first one.
I haven't seen.
It's pretty entertaining. It's
fun.
It's very similar to the original Jurassic Park, in what's going on, except it's like a full blown park at that point.
Yeah, and I feel like what some people don't like about the new movies is it's like, now this dinosaurs got the cloak from Halo and you can't see it. And,
well, You
got his
weren't
own
there. We
tactical
talked
gear.
about this last week, where Jurassic Park has the same problem, where the first one is so perfect because of the fear of the dinosaurs and the unknown, and then it's like Stranger Things, where it starts small and it just keeps growing and growing and growing until now the dinosaurs are accountants, and they're they're
they speak
making
French.
They got stock portfolios. Like, what's
Fluent
happening?
French.
This dinosaur
They're
picked up
smoking cigarettes. Like, what's happening here?
Voulez-vous croissant? Voulez-vous
The
croissant?
T-Rex got the grabby things. We're screwed, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
The reach a gopher claws.
He's got the reacher grabbers. He got 2 reacher grabbers.
We're screwed.
He's unstoppable. But so the fourth scenario, this last movie, the Rebirth one, I'm like, how is it these people are getting paid so much? And this guy's like, I'm going to, the premise is, we're going to pay you so much money to go do this. And they're like, our pockets are basically endless. Just name your price, right? And they go in with some of the most basic gear like you've ever seen, the most basic gear, not even like real big weapon inventory at all. Like I think they have a harpoon and one of them's using a slingshot on it. Just to give you an idea. So yeah, I wanted to see.
It's Lucas from Stranger Things. He's got the wrist rocket.
Like, he's got a wrist rocket. Yes,
it's David and Goliath.
Yeah, he's doing this. I want to see just one full tactical spec ops who completely understand
and like SEAL Team 6.
Yes, but they completely understand the dinosaurs. They understand their behavior patterns. They understand I want to see one where not that necessarily everything goes right, but that there's more of a back and forth, and it's not just
I was going to say, that sounds like a pretty short movie. This is a 20-minute operation.
One A10 warthog's like everything's dead.
Well, and there was one with, so in this new one, there's now this super mutated one T-Rex they call the D-Rex. Spoiler alerts. And it has tiny arms, but then it has, like you said, 2 gopher length arms underneath them. And so it grabs.
I thought you were going to say that has a giant penis.
It has a huge
third leg
dragon 20 feet behind him, dude.
It can grab people with it. It's crazy.
It is insane. I think Howard Stern directed this one, I'm pretty sure. But it would be cool to see okay, they gotta go in and rescue somebody or take that out or destroy that thing, and it's actually formidable. Really in Jurassic World with the one that has cloaking, they actually shoot at it, but again, you don't see any bullets hit it, and so that's my upsetness. Okay, I'm off the soapbox. That's Jurassic Park.
I love. So then back to the end of the movie, they go to the helicopter and they're all getting on, and John Hammond is just staring off at the land, Pelican. Basically.
Pelican.
He's at this point, they're on the helicopter pad, and he's looking back at the island.
Oh yes,
and they're all jumping on, and Grant comes and grabs him and come on, and he's like, oh yeah. So they go, and he says, Mr. Hammond, I don't believe that I'll be endorsing your park. And he says, I won't be either, because he accepts oh yeah, this was a total failure. This couldn't have gone any worse, except if we didn't make it off the island with anybody. And then it just cuts
unless we got the bad ending.
Yeah, and then they go flying out over the ocean, and the birds are flying, and you get this are they gonna leave the island through flight?
But that's almost the crazier part. Yeah, you got off, but you left live dinosaurs.
And Grant knows that they're breeding. Nobody else knows this.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have any moment where he's like, "Hey guys, bigger problem." I think they solved the whole enzyme problem where you thought after 24 hours, 72 hours, if they don't get that protein, they die. Not anymore. They've changed that. They solved the problem themselves, and now they're rebreeding. So we're double screwed. And let's end the movie on Pelican. What's that?
We're double boned.
I just kept thinking in watching that final shot, Pelican, 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 Pelican. It's let's not.
It always makes me think of the John Williams is the man thing.
John Williams is the man thing. I don't remember that.
Oh, it's a YouTube video where these guys basically they do they sing about Star Wars, but it's all the different John Williams scores that they sing about. The Jurassic Park one. It's what do they do for that one? They're Luke, I'm your father. It is useless to resist. Come with
So
me, my son. We will rule. And he's like, so you have a twin sister who Obi-Wan was wise to hide.
oh man, wait till we get to Star Wars. We gotta invite our good friend Tony on those. We do some New Hopes around here or episode ones. I know he would love that, so we got to get him on board. But any last thoughts? Any other things you want to share or rapped
That
about?
movie
or-
gets like a 8.5 out of 10.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going 9. Like, this movie is so good. So it's so entertaining. I watched it like 5 or 6 times in 2 days and never got tired of it. Like, it's
Don't.
just good. It's just really
Yeah.
good. I mean, it has its cheeseball stuff and some like questionable CGI at this point, but overall it just works. And you get the famous scene that we didn't even mention when they're back in the command center after with Malcolm hurt on the table, and
Yeah.
he's like
Oh, yeah.
propped up with his shirt open and his bare chest.
I know
You know, they
that
put
is.
a 30-foot statue of him in like England for the 20th anniversary or 25th anniversary of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I think I saw
And it's
that. Yeah.
that statue, it's him like that with his shirt open, like. And apparently they had shot it a bunch of different ways, and then he kind of goofing around was like, maybe he just seems like a guy who would just do this, and just Spielberg being Spielberg kept the cameras rolling.
I mean,
But one
the
thing I don't know
AC's
if we
off.
talked about on camera was, yeah, there it is. That's ridiculous.
That's amazing.
One thing that I don't know if we talked about was Spielberg started shooting Schindler's List in Poland at the same time that this movie was still being worked on, and George Lucas stepped in and like helped him finish this movie basically. So I thought that was pretty incredible.
They just
The
need a
guy
little
did
industrial light and magic.
the guy did Jurassic Park and then Schindler's List, and he said that it was one of the hardest times of his entire life with the tone changes between Jurassic Park and Schindler's List. And James Cameron almost directed this movie, and apparently it would have been like a dinosaur horror movie if James Cameron had done it, when a lot of people would have died. And then originally in the script, a lot more people were supposed to die very violently, but Spielberg made the choice to cut a lot of it out, which honestly I think helps make the movie what it is, makes it so great, because they didn't just focus on the blood and the guts and the gore. It's more of like the awe and the fear. Yeah, it's the awe and the fear. It's both.
Yeah.
It's the back and forth, the
James Cameron's
dichotomy.
version would have been the closest thing we ever got to Ridley Scott presents Jurassic Park.
And
Absolutely.
Everyone would have been blue and obnoxious. Well, like Trey, isn't there like I saw recently there's like a dinosaur horror game. Isn't there? Like a new
dinosaur
one.
horror game?
Yeah, it's a horror. I gotta make sure I say that, not Hooers.
The
but
Hooers.
Horror game. And I saw people
you're talking about Death Ground?
Yeah, I think that's it. And that might be a fun if you can get on Steam or something, dude, on that PC.
Yeah, cool, man.
Come on, bro.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna shit my pants on camera. Check.
That could be good. Oh man, if not that, you could do stripping on camera.
No, look, I have to play it. Look, Matt, I have to play it like this.
Yeah.
I have to play the game like this.
Completely in the dark. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I would love it every time he dies. Piece of clothing, Dad. You don't have to turn the lights on. Just piece of clothing.
Yeah,
I
just have to hold up a piece of clothing to the camera, like.
Yep, this is gone. Now this is gone. Oh, here comes. Let's peel these bad boys off. Oh man!
By the end of it, the light cuts on, and you just see like I'm sitting without a shirt on. I'm like, oh, turn the light off. Turn the light off.
or like you're actually like in a full 3-piece suit. Like you just kept getting dressed actually more. Oh, that'd be hysterical. I would love that. Maybe we should talk about it, man. We can make it happen. So.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. It's been so much fun covering such a great movie that was such a staple of our childhoods growing up. Join us every week. We try to put one out every week for you guys. We've hit over 100 episodes now. We're like 102, 103, I think is what it is. Maybe more. But check us out on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. But please comment. Let us know what you want to hear, what you want us to talk about, what you want to hear our stupid thoughts about. If you got movies with dead dads, we like to harp on the dead dads or the divorced people. We like to cover that. We like to cover that. Maybe we'll get into like The Sixth Sense and M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong here one of these days, or some of these, anything you guys want to talk about, want to hear about. We'd be happy to do it. If it's like TV shows or series, just give us some time, because we put a lot of effort into watching as much as we can. We're doing research as much as we can to bring you some facts along with our stupidity and our jokes and our silly takes. But we appreciate you guys. We really, really do. And we do this for you guys just as much as we do it to get together and just talk crap. But yeah, so thank you guys for listening. Until next time,
I'm Matt.
I'm Trey.
and I'm Tyler. Cowabunga.